50 auditions, 50 SAG auditions where you look like the role and the agent got you in that room to land one role. That's the industry stat. 50 to land one. The Actor's Life, a Survival Guide, Jenna Fisher. Such a great story, and you should read this if you're an actor. And what you will come away with when you read this, you're going to be like, I love her, this is great, what a great person. And I learned a lot about representation and all that stuff, but you'll find that this is a rough road. Going after acting the traditional way, 10 years, 15 years, or never. She talks about, in the book, which I put in the chapter 1, I'm pretty sure of that, how she's got some friends that are SAG actors that have been doing it for 20 years, are really great people, and they still have a survival job because they were not able to make a living consistently as an actor. And she has other friends that have been able to make a living as an actor. 60 grand a year, whatever, you know. I mean, but, you know, is that, and then I don't know how much she's made. I'm sure she's done quite well because she got onto The Office, right? But the thing that these people, that the traditional way is missing, is that you have no way to get inside and make those relationships. That's the main thing. Like she says in the book, that just do anything you can. Get involved, do theater, do any art installment, be acting, be performing, do whatever you can to get yourself out there because you never know who you're going to meet. Exactly, totally true, agree 100%. In addition to that, she does not realize that you could work on sets and meet these people like that and dig up the installments and the performances. So the very first thing that is so important is to create a base of work, a base of people who know you and love you. Body of work. These are your credits. And then we all want to get hired for our brand. This is how, you know, people hire me. I'm a sound mixer, department head for commercials. So people want to get hired right off the bat for what they're doing, like as a producer, as an actor. And like she was talking about, you know, she wants to get hired as an actor. Well, then you have to like get yourself out there so much to hope that somebody sees you and comes to your performance and says, okay, I'll sign you, and then gets you in and work your way up with these small little credits. So you can do that. And that's why you're going to work your ass off, especially as an actor. You can do that. But what I think that you should do in addition to that is to get on these sets every single week. Now, if you want to work for Netflix, start meeting those Netflix people right now. Start creating your base of connections. And one of the fastest ways to get on set every single week is as production assistant, PA. I know you heard of that job. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to get coffee for people. It's so much more than that. It is $200 a day. And here's the great thing about this job. Oh my God, we love this job because it gets people endeared to you. It's not about the money. It's about making those connections, because every single job you got, here's a call sheet, far away, because I can't, it's all proprietary, right? You know, but you know, every single job you got a lot of people that you're meeting, a lot of people that you're making relationships with. That's just one day, one shoot, 50 people. Okay, so if you've got shoots every single week, you got like 400, 500, 600 connections that you're making in a month that are your base. All these people here, they're people, and they will know you from working together with you and hiring you. So production assistant is a kick-ass job to start with, but many people get stuck there. The base is important, okay? When you're building your base, you are meeting just a ton of people. You can meet, like, as I said, like 500 people in a month. In 6 months, it's like 2,000 professionals. I'm talking producers, directors, casting directors. And what happens is people become endeared to you where they love you. People will hire you when they like you. They have to like you. If they think you're annoying, which I've seen it, especially when you're there and you're thinking about yourself all the time, they can be you can get annoying. It's like, hey, this is about the production. What are you here for? I've seen it, believe me. So they get endeared to you. Now, endeared to you, the second thing that will make them hire you for your craft now I'm talking about, is if they think you can do the job. They have to like you and think you can do the job. Those two things, and you can write that down, those two things will get them to hire you for your craft. What do we got to do now? Is we got to build our body of work so that they know that you can do the job, so that they feel comfortable that you are up to the job, and then they can refer you work as an actor, as a director, as a DP. Now, initially as an editor, as voiceover, as music, as sound mixer, as boom op, okay? All these jobs, as wardrobe, costumes, as hair, as makeup, as script. These jobs that give you a great life, those jobs on every single call sheet. Craft jobs, craft jobs. Craft means that you don't go to school to study those jobs. No, you don't go to film school and learn those jobs. Are you kidding me? You will learn like this much. Even at NYU, even at AFI, you'll come away $100,000 and you'll learn this much. And you will learn all of it on set by doing it again and again and again and again and again, in a night shoot, in a day shoot, in a process trailer, shooting in the wind in the desert, shooting in the wind in a high rise, shooting with the drone, shooting with the... That's where you learn the job. It affects every single department. All departments learn, they're called a craft because you learn it by doing it again and again and again and again, repetition. And you learn by watching people that are really good doing it as well. And you're like, oh, how did you know that you needed to have a safety pin up here on the top of the high rise? Oh, because I knew that we're going to have wind. Oh, that's very smart. I'm going to make a note of that. How do you work with a director that is like saying, do it more like this, do it like this? And you're like, they're not my vibe. How do you work with that? Oh, I employ this little mental thing where I think about we're on the same team together and I bring it that way. You're like, oh my God, that's great. So you will learn so many things from watching people that are smooth. You got to watch them really close. Where are you going to watch them? When you're creating your base. That's when you're going to watch them. And you can be watching them so much that they will start to teach you. And now you don't pay $100,000 for film school. You're taught by everybody on set. Okay, body of work. The professional projects. What professionals? These professionals. These filmmakers. Now, not everybody here is got to film a professional project coming up next weekend. Not everybody here. But who does? The DP, the first assistant camera, which is also the focus puller. They're moving up to DP. They probably got a project coming up in the next month. How about the second EC that also wants to DP? That person has a project. How about the DIT? That person's probably going for directing or DPing. They got projects. Now, before I go any further, and you're like, okay, what projects? You can act in these. You can help with costumes. These are lower budget professional projects. This is a $50,000 per day shoot. The one I did with Beyonce and Jay-Z, $1 million a day. The one I did with Brad Pitt, $1 million a day, easily. Okay, so most of them 50, 250 a day. 250,000 a day. So those jobs, you want to get hired for on those projects for your brand. That's why we're all here. But in order to make that happen, we need to get some damn experience, don't we? So how do we get that? These projects that these professionals here are doing on the side, it's just, oh, such gold. Guess what? You have to be on sets in order to be able to do these professional projects. Professional projects. You have to be on set to meet these people in person, to find out about the project, to tell them that you want to help them. And maybe they're like, oh, I don't need an actor. That's your look right now. Okay, fine. I'll help you out, dude. I'd love to help you. I love the script. I love your idea. I love the concept. Help them out with the project. And they'll be like, hey, I think we got 15 minutes at the end of the day. Let me shoot that thing for you. And you're like, really? Hey, I think that, that's a really good idea you had about doing the voiceover for a promo for my little project. Let's do it. Let's do it this weekend. You available? Yeah. Hey, I hear your friend does music and you do singing. Let's see if you can. And these are professionals. Oh my God. So now you've got a credit. You got a professional credit. You got stuff on your resume. You got a base. Where's it coming from your base? Okay. Now, remember why people hire you? They think you can do the job. And now they'll hire you for your brand because they're like, oh, you're already doing it. There's no other way it works, really. Because it's always professionals like producers, production supervisors, ADs, directors. Those are the ones hiring you. Always, always. Most people are production assistants. working as a production assistant. That's the way they see you. That's the way they see you. That's the way they see you. And you work on a TV show and you work on reality and you're working really hard and you're like, but I really want somebody to give me a shot so I can work in the craft. That's most people. You have to get on set first and build the base, be really good, be super organized, know all the crafts around it, have the conversations, all the stuff I'm going to teach you in A-List. By the way, this I've been teaching for 12 years. So I have been teaching Friends in Film for 12 years, just like this. That's why you have so many people that are now hiring other Friends in Film people and other A-listers. That's people that have finished the A-list program because they've moved up.